We're on vacation. Accent. Bahaba. Nestled in the northeastern corner of the United States, you will find the great state of Maine. Maine is an enchanting tapestry of rugged coastlines, misty pine forests, and a very distinctive spirit that beckons travelers seeking refuge from the ordinary. Whether you're drawn by the siren call of the Atlantic's waves crashing against ancient granite cliffs, or the thrill of weaving through endless antique shops, Maine stands ready to unveil its treasures to those bold enough to wander its path less traveled. To vacation in Maine is to step into a world where nature and a slower pace still reign supreme. From the moment you cross the border and breathe in the briny air tinged with the sweetness of pine, you'll know you have arrived somewhere truly special. Place where time slows, senses sharpen, and every day holds the promise of discovery. Well, hello, you beautiful humans, and welcome back to the vlog. How's everybody doing today? Is everybody winding their summers down at this point, truly preparing for fall to come? Because where I just came from, they're totally in the fall vibes, right down to the cooler temperatures, and it was absolutely amazing. As you can tell from the intro, today's vlog is a little different one. Today's video will be my recent trip to Maine, which was both for work and for pleasure, and it's kind of going to be a little bit longer than usual, so I have included chapters down below in the description box for you to skip around, whether you want to see maybe just the Arcadia or you want to go antiquing with me through the shops and see what they have. You will be able to pick and choose what you want. I suggest watching the whole thing because it was an amazing time. We left on a Tuesday and we came back on a Saturday, avoiding lots of traffic and lots of tourists. The ride's a real long one. It's about 6 hours, but it is totally worth it, which is why we continue to do this vacation year after year after year. This year, Scott found these amazing little cottages right outside of Bar Harbor. The place was called Hinckley's Dreamwood Cottages. We had our very own private cottage, which came with a kitchenette, which I have to say was really fabulous because when I'm out on vacation, I hate having to rely solely on going out to eat, especially for breakfast. I like to kind of mosey around in the morning, take my time, drink my coffee, relax while I can, because I know once we get out that door, it's going to be nonstop till evening again. So the kitchenette was a plus. The place was so clean. The backyard was Arcadia National Park. It was so peaceful and beautiful and amazing and right on the main road, easy peasy access. I really enjoyed our stay there, and I highly recommend Hinckley's Dreamwood Cottages for anybody thinking about heading up there, but plan accordingly and book early. Now, we basically just spent our days shopping and exploring Arcadia and eating out, and instead of just taking you through it like this travel blog, I decided to break it down into those pieces and chapters for you, and we are actually going to start this one out with antiquing in Maine. I am going to take you to 4 amazing shops. I think it's 4. Pretty sure it's 4. 4 amazing shops that we love to go to. There's some amazing treasures that we found walking through there. And I have an interview that I am so blessed to have gotten because it's an interview from one of our favorite antiquing places. And let me just tell you, this family's been doing it forever. They are a Bar Harbor staple. Well, technically it's Trenton, but you have to go right by their shop to get into Bar Harbor, and they have been there for a long time. So that interview was so cool. Be sure to check that out, especially if you're curious like I was as to how a family starts an antique business and amasses what they have. So get cozy, grab something to drink, and let's go antiquing in Maine. We are here at Unique Antiques in Trenton, Maine with Matthew, who is the co-owner of Unique Antiques. And this is one of our most favorite places. I've shared it with you guys, I don't know how many times on the channel, and I am absolutely honored to be able to interview you guys and find out how this all started. So,
well, it's a simple story.
Okay.
My father had a business opportunity to come up here to Trenton I won't exaggerate, in 1992.
Mm-hmm.
And a buddy of his had a little antique shop right down the road, which doesn't exist anymore. And he gave us the antique shop to run, gave us his house to live in for the summer. So it was an opportunity we grabbed.
Yeah.
And that was in 92, so that's a long time ago. It was a one-time deal.
Mm-hmm.
We had such a great summer, not just financially, and it was a great summer. The tourists here,
it's amazing.
yeah, it is. We have so many people that drive by our, and if you're going to Arcadia, you got to go by my door.
You do.
And same as that summer of 92. So that winter, my father asked me to come up here and find a place that we can set up shop in that same neighborhood, which is here. And
wow.
We rented it for a couple of years, and then we decided as a family investment to let's go gung ho. We bought the property, and that's that. It's an old building.
Yes, we're in a barn.
We're in one of two barns on the property. This barn was finished in 1900.
My gosh.
No, this one was built in 1880. That one was built in 1919.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
There you go. Now we got the dates right. Late 1800s.
That's
this
mom
one.
talking.
Early 1900s. That barn, and the house was always being added on. But they started living here in the late 1800s, and it was a farm.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got to it, it was no longer a farm and no longer a house. It was a typical Maine place cut up into little businesses.
Sectors,
little sections and whatnot. So we've been here 33 years now, and that's that, and that's our story.
Where do you get all of your stuff
I can't
from?
tell all our secrets.
I don't want all of your secrets, but do you do like estate sales? Do you do
I
buyouts?
do same as every collector, because before we're dealers, we're collectors.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at estate sales, yard sales, auctions, other
Everything.
shops, your house, having coffee with your friends, and they say, oh, my grandma has this, you want to come see it? And you go see it.
Yeah.
So we don't have any secrets.
Mm-hmm. You do it the same way we do it.
The same way all the collectors do.
How
That's
wonderful.
it. So, and then when we have too much, we bring it here and try to sell it.
Now, do you ever come across pieces that you find and you're like, this is not going in the shop, this is staying?
Of course.
Yeah. Do you find it hard to not do that? Because I do. My husband thinks that we have way too many mirrors and way too many baskets in our house.
I agree. I
How many
understand.
China cabinets I have in Florida?
Yeah, China cabinet after China cabinet, and they're always full.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, we're different. We're family, but we look at things different. I look at everything as merchandise, whether it's merchandise for the shop or merchandise for the house to enjoy for a while and then become merchandise. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it. I used to collect this or collect that or look at this and like that. Mm-hmm. I collect dollar bills now. That's it.
That's a good collection.
I can't eat this.
No, you
But I
can't.
can eat a dollar bill.
That's right. You can use it to eat.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you
my
so much for
pleasure.
giving
It's so
me
nice
the
to see you guys
history.
again.
I look forward to seeing you each and every year. And you must get Miss Tammy,
Yes, of
who's
course.
over there
Doing
wrapping
the important wrapping.
all of my wares
all
and
your
treasures
treasures.
up. This is who we look forward to seeing
Hello, dear.
every year.
Hello.
Miss
How are you,
Tammy, and she will be the face to
Great.
greet you every time you come into Unique Antiques.
100%.
We can see each other.
How many years have you
Everywhere.
been doing it, hun?
All my life.
Your whole life. Good for you.
I was 16 years old when I bought my first antique.
So you've kind of been doing it for about 10 years then, right?
Thank you. Yeah, pretty much so.
Would you consider yourself an expert for
No.
antiques?
No, because you can learn something new every day.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
That's good advice right there.
It
Yeah.
is.
You're always learning something,
You have
no
to.
matter what.
You have to. You grow.
That's right. I learned how to use an angel food cake cutter today from you. I've been using it wrong for 10 years.
Now you know.
Now I do. Thank you so much for
You're
talking
welcome.
with me
No,
today.
thank you for stopping again.
Well, every year, you know you're going to see me every year, and I expect to see you next year too.
So,
So-
God willing.
Now we're going to end this before the bill comes up because I spent a lot. Thank you, Miss Tammy. This is unique antique, guys. You've got to come up into Trenton, Maine and see it for yourself because I can't put into words what you're missing. Well, what do you think? Did you enjoy walking through the shops as much as we did? I love antiquing. It truly is one of my most favorite things to do. I am a thrifter. I am an antiquer. I am not a hoarder. I am a collector. And the difference is hoarders don't collect cool stuff. It's just one of my most favorite things to do up there, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the shop. And if you think that was good, just you wait until you see the haul. Wait until you see the treasures we brought back, because that is something you're definitely not going to want to miss either. But right now, I want to take you guys on a bucket list trip through Arcadia National Park to a few spots that I personally think everybody has to see at least once in their lifetime. This is Thunder Hole, and this happens to be located in the Bar Harbor, Maine section of Arcadia National Park. Now, Thunder Hole is like one of the most captivating natural wonders in Arcadia. It's just amazing. Like, words are not going to be able to describe this. You really need to visit this. It's taken centuries to create Thunder Hole, and the raw power of the Atlantic Ocean is what's done it. It's actually created these submerged caverns that are underneath, and that's what amplifies the sound of the crashing water when it goes in there. And it's these just incredible booms, and I mean like booms you can feel in your belly. Now, the best viewing time is at high tide, or if you happen to go like we did when there's a storm out at sea, such as Hurricane Erin. Even though that was far away from Bar Harbor, Maine, her effects were felt all the way at the coastline, and it was causing a dangerous but beautiful surf. So you definitely want to add Thunder Hole to your bucket list. Still in the Bar Harbor area is Sand Beach. Now, Sand Beach is actually the largest sandy beach that you will find inside of Arcadia. It's protected by cliffs on the west, and the arm of the Great Head is to the east, and it's only accessible by a staircase down the cliffside. So, unfortunately, it's not wheelchair accessible. But it is a popular spot, and parking fills up long before 9 a.m. So if you want to visit Sand Beach, plan accordingly, or you will be walking. The surf was still raging when we visited, and the warning signs were everywhere. There was, however, one guy out there surfing, which was really kind of cool, but honestly it was kind of scary because of the force of the ocean and the danger that it just brought with it. This surf was no joke, but I couldn't stop looking at it. It's just captivating you with its beauty and rage at the same time. I love Arcadia, I really do. Still in the Bar Harbor section of Arcadia is Cadillac Mountain. Now, Cadillac Mountain is the highest point on the eastern seaboard. The elevation is 1,527 feet above sea level, and you need reservations planned ahead of time to go up there. If you book your trip early enough, you do have choices for multiple time slots, including sunrise and sunset. And Cadillac Mountain just overlooks Bar Harbor and certain sight lines of the coast. It offers the best view for stargazing at night because there are no lights up there whatsoever. Drive is long and windy, but there are many spots to stop and take in all the beauty and take pictures all the way up and down. And the best part about Cadillac Mountain is Scott and I got married like 2 days before lockdown in 2020. And when we took our honeymoon, the only place we could go was Maine. We spent our honeymoon in Arcadia National Park because it was kind of the only thing open at the time. And we got right up Cadillac Mountain, and we saw Thunder Hole, and we're doing everything we did back then. And that's why Arcadia is really so special to us and why I just love it so much. Our last adventure in Arcadia is going to take us to Schoodic Point, and Schoodic Point is actually located at the southern tip of the Schoodic Peninsula, and that's actually in Winter Harbor, Maine, several miles away from Bar Harbor, and it actually consists of a rocky granite shoreline. That shoreline contains many volcanic dikes, and it's completely uneven. There are very big cavernous areas. You just have to be very aware when you're walking on it. Schoodic Point is the most secluded part of Arcadia, and to get there you have to take a 7-mile loop road in, and its highest point is only 440 feet above sea level. It's a place that many people spend the entire day at, just taking in the view and the beauty all around with a book and lunch. You can find people painting there. It's just another great wonder. And of course, the sea was still very angry while we were there, and she did not disappoint with some beautiful crashing waves, but Scudic Point was significantly cut down. Usually when you go there, you can get much closer to the water, and much more of that volcanic rock is open for you to access, but it was really closed down because of the surf, and you don't want to mess with that. There's no coming out of the sea if you do anything foolish, so better safe than sorry. We took in the view from where it was safe, and what a view it was. Well, which one was your favorite? Honestly, I cannot pick one. I really enjoy them all. Arcadia National Park is just the most breathtaking, awe-inspiring place to be, to unwind, relax, get in touch with nature and your crunchy side, and just enjoy it. The air is different, the view is different, the people are different. It is just a different world up in Maine, and Arcadia is just one of our hidden gems that I am so blessed we have so close to home, and that I get to go to every single year, especially since that's where we honeymoon, and it really holds that special place in my heart. Now, before we actually get to the hall, there's one more aspect of Maine that we have to talk about, and that's the cuisine. Food is a cornerstone of Maine's identity, and no visit is complete without sampling all the culinary delights it has to offer. Lobster is king up there, straight from the traps right outside of the restaurants you're dining at, steamed to perfection and served with a delicious pot of melted butter and a gorgeous view of the ocean. But honestly, Maine offers so much more than lobster. The wild blueberries in the summer are absolutely to die for. They have flaky fish chowders and clam chowders that will totally warm you all the way to the depth of your soul. And farm-to-table fare that celebrates all the local produce available in that gorgeous state. Each meal is a chance to taste the land and the sea, gather with new friends and old, and to create memories around that table that last long after you've gotten home. It's always good to go away, but for me, it's just as good to come back home. There's nothing like sleeping in your own bed, and especially using your own bathroom. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, seriously, am I lying? No. But even more importantly, beyond all of that, coming home to my cats and my chickens, because I really do miss them when I'm not at home, and I wonder if people are taking as good care of them as I would. And now I want to share with you my absolute favorite part of this entire video, and that is the haul itself. Honestly, we have shopped so much during these trips that opening these incredibly wrapped packages for travel is going to be like Christmas Day for me, because I've kind of forgotten what I bought. And it's just because we've been non-stop and going, and I have been in so many antique stores and seen so much that I do kind of forget exactly everything that I have. So I will be just as excited as you are to open them now and see what we got. So, without further ado, let's dive right into this haul so that I can show you our amazing treasures, because we got some good ones this trip. To start, I actually came back with supplies for my studio. As you saw in the video footage, Relics sells Dixie Belle products, so when I do go there, I like to stock up. There aren't very many places near me that sell Dixie Belle, not that I know of anywhere. So if you know of someplace near Cape Cod that sells Dixie Belle, let me know in the comments. This is a long way to go to get my fix. These particular colors right here, as well as the terra clay paint and the silk paint, I want to try. But these particular colors are for a steampunk project that I have coming up. I also have some bag of cogs, just all different cogs. That's kind of a bronze. And then I found another bag, and this is kind of like in an antique brass. So hopefully I'll be able to use those on a project. I also got the Palm Pro Zebra brush because, well, it's a zebra brush, and that's an amazing brush when you do this type of work. I also was fortunate enough to actually find these amazing books that it's just going to help me with my furniture art ideas. And one of them includes this Annie Sloan Practical Guide to Decorative Finishes. We have a paint effect, the decoupage workshop. This is another faux finish technique book. And then I just grabbed a little furniture restoration, because even though I don't do a lot of furniture restorations, it is something that I do a little bit of, and sometimes I do full restorations. Just really depends on the project. So having these books and finding them for literally just a couple of dollars each, I did not pay much for them at all, was an absolute blessing. And then look, it's a Highland Cow decoupage paper. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of small, but it's a really cute design, and I kind of have an idea for that as well. So I grabbed the decoupage paper, and then they had like this mushroom stencil, and it's really good sized mushrooms. They're like the size of my hand. It's a 4-pack, and I can really see some creative embossing being done on some projects. Plus, I really love the mushrooms. They are so cute. So I snatched that up as well. I'm very excited to get to use those supplies in my studio, and I'm even more excited for you guys to see what that project's going to be. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, now's a good chance to. Just saying. If you've been around here for a while, you know that my husband Scott is a very avid sign collector. He truly seeks them out. We have a very extensive collection. I say we, it's him. He has a very extensive collection of pretty rare signs, right down to Mr. Donut, which some of you may not know unless you are familiar with the East Coast. We also have an old Radio Shack channel sign. We have pylon signs, old crossing signs, street signs, you name it. He has some really cool ones in his collection, and he's got some more to add to it. Let me show you. The first one is this Maxxis tire sign. It's actually really, really large, and according to Scott, it's very rare to find this particular brand. So I don't know where he's gonna put it. It's probably about 4 feet by 2 feet, definitely very good size. And the prize of them all is his Remington gun. It used to be like a light up, like plastic. I believe there was lights back there, and this would have clipped on the front of it. Those are two really cool signs that he is super, super excited for. Next up is this super cool Citgo fuel sign. He is very excited for it. That's probably about 6 feet long and 2.5, 3 feet tall. So I'm very excited to see where he's going to end up putting that. I found this great book called A Matter of Taste, which is actually a seasoning guide. And I think that's great. Not only is it vintage, this is something that's going to be very useful for me. Even though I love to cook, and I cook all the time, I have no idea what a lot of seasonings are, what their flavor profile is like, what dishes they are best in. I really don't know, and I think this book is totally going to help me with that problem. I was very excited to find these lamps. I've been looking for a pair for my bedroom, and these were in a booth that actually was going out of business, and I got the pair for $12. Now I know that these lampshades are not original, but they actually do work with the lamp itself for right now with the shape. I can fix it later on. These pieces are beautiful. I mean, look at that gorgeous ornate brass base. I love the look of the gentleman and of the lady. I love lamps of this period and this time, and I was so happy to actually get these for such a phenomenal price that I can't wait to see how they're gonna look in my bedroom. Up next, I found the most amazing oil on canvases. They're not museum quality by any stretch, but nothing in my house is, so they fit perfectly, and they also fit perfectly into the plan I have for them. Look at this one. I am in love with this painting. It's somewhere in New England. This is like in my soul, in my heart. To me, this is home right here, and I absolutely love it. I paid $18 for this. That's not a bad price at all, especially if you know anything about oil on canvases. They are very, very expensive, but because they're not perfect and they're not framed or matted, it was quite the bargain that I wasn't passing up. Like, oh my God, I love it. And it has a nail hole at the top, but you're never going to see that because I am going to mat and frame both of these, and they are going to hang proudly either out in my studio or in my home. But again, this was $18 as well, and it's gorgeous. One of the vendors had an entire booth just absolutely filled with these antique match holders, and Scott got this great idea that this would make a beautiful way to display my business cards out in my studio, and oh my God, how right was that? I ended up choosing the one that had the lid. My cards are vertical. They're gonna stand in there perfectly, and how cute is that? I love it. I love the idea. I'm so happy he thought of it. We paid $25 for this one. Scott found this antique 1944 Maine vacation land plate. It's in really, really great condition. I believe he paid $60 for this. These items are very desirable. Automobile, soda, gas station emblems, things of that nature, you're going to pay a little bit more for. This plate is going to look amazing right up on my beam in my living room, and I'm actually quite excited to see it go up there. All right, next up, I believe this is a mirror. Check this one out. Ready? Look at that. This mirror has the gesso top and a little bit of gesso around the sides. That's what gives it its vintage quality. I loved the frame. I love the glass, and I paid $35 for this mirror. It's just one of my obsessions. I have a real obsession with mirrors, and when I find ones that I just have to have, like this one, have to have it. I have a pretty epic laundry room makeover coming up, and yes, this one will get completed, and I have been perusing around for items to go in there to complete my amazing vision, which I'm not going to share yet because every time I share things I want to do, somebody else does it first. So I'm going to keep these ones locked tight, but some of these items are for that laundry room makeover, including these next two signs. Now, I am not the kitschy wash and dry kind of girl. I don't need something to tell me that it's a washer or a dryer. Pretty sure I can figure that out on my own. But yet when I saw these two signs and the tin that's around them and just how beautiful they really are, I really liked them, and I thought for sure this can definitely be used in that makeover, and it's not gonna look tacky because I don't want a tacky room. You know what I mean? So I got these for the bargain price of $12 for the set. This one's already found its home in the corner, but this little chest is also something that we picked up. It was $6, and it's a pretty solid little piece. Cute storage in there. It's very small, but I actually really like it, and I like it in the corner like that on the longer burger basket next to the little makeshift bar I put over there, and I just think it's cute. I don't really know what purpose it has right now other than it looks pretty good in the corner and it's out of my way. But for $6, that was not staying behind. No way. I think this one might be Scott's. I don't drink very often, but I do enjoy Dr. McGillicuddy's. There's a little backstory to that, to even how we met. So it's kind of like really special and comical and a private joke between us. And when we saw this, I knew it was coming home. No questions. It is a Dr. McGillicuddy sign with his last will and testament on the bottom. and it's just really cool, and I know exactly where it's going to go next to our bar, and it's just, I like it. I'm very happy that we found this. But I'm gonna be honest, this little mirror was $70. You know, gotta have it. Came home, it's worth it, but $70 for this vintage mirror. I've never seen one like it though. I really haven't. I've never seen a Dr. McGillicuddy mirror just like this. Have you? I am always on the lookout for hardware that I can use in my own business, in my studio, and I can't believe that I actually luckily found quite a bit on this trip. I found this pair. Actually, there's 3. Look at that. There's 3 of these. I was very surprised to find this bag also for $6. These are really, really vintage, and I'm very excited to have these. So there's 5 of them, and you know, I think I might even have something this could work on. Seriously. This is like a federal style set. 4 of these in here. Federal style brass, little bit of patina on them, gorgeous. $6. And these came out of Unique Antiques with Miss Tammy. What do you guys think about that place? Amazing to learn how that family started, and it starts with people just like you and me, which is crazy but so cool at the same time. So $6 for this set. And one last set, which is a little bit random. It has a random brass pull on there that I actually really like. No clue what that came off of, but boy is it pretty, and it's heavy and it's ornate. It's got to be some type of hardware or for even a keyhole, something. This went around something. Decorative mini bat wing. Now this is the kind of back wing that I don't mind having around. It's kind of cool. Don't really know what it is, and it's curved. Can you see that? See that curve? It has this curve to it. I'm not sure what that came off of, but very cool. This bag was also $6. Curtain tie backs. When I saw the pair, I didn't see tie backs. I kind of saw like a really decorative finial on furniture. Somehow, kind of like a little mushroom, you know? So here's the set of curtain tie backs. These would normally go into the wall or into the frame, and it holds your curtains open. They're very, very pretty, but again, I see them on furniture, so I picked them up for 10 bucks. Oh, I forgot about these. When we went into Unique Antiques, there was a set of 4 glasses in there that I went crazy for. You definitely saw them on a table in the video, and it's a funny story that when I walked past them, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm infatuated. I looked them up and down and walked away and kept looking, and there was other people in there, and I thought the lady behind me heard how much I liked them and snatched them up and bought it. And when I circled back to grab them, they were gone. I was like, oh my God, somebody bought them. Yeah, Scott, these are gorgeous. It's like a hobnob style of this gorgeous smoky green glass. There are 4 of them, and I am so excited to have these. Oh, I cannot wait. Aren't they beautiful? They're pretty thick too, like they're not delicate and very dainty, and they're quite heavy. But that hobnob detail all over them, it's just absolutely everything, and I love them. I know what this is. This was on the shelf at Unique Antiques, and I've never seen anything like it, and I asked Miss Tammy what this was all about. It's one piece. Well, that's a candlestick. That doesn't go with this. I thought it did. So we're shifting gears really quick here. Beautiful little carnival glass, I think. Candlestick. I loved the color. I loved the detail. I think it was like $6 or $7, so that came home with me. This isn't even part of that set either. Here is another candlestick. I love this. It's just a very heavy brass, but it's really, really tall, and I thought it was great. I love a candle holder that has a handle. So for $25, this came home with me as well. Candlesticks, mirrors, and basket are a really big weakness for me. Those are things that I'm very much attracted to. Okay, well, now we gotta find the rest of this. Maybe it's in this bag. Okay, here's another piece. Okay, so we have 3 cones. Does anybody know what this is yet? 3 cones. This is the base, and there's still one more piece. There we go. Take your beautiful little base. One goes on the top. These go all along the base. And this is a Victorian wedding flower tower, I guess you would call it. But back in the day, this is what you would bring the bride and groom with bouquets of flowers. It is not solid silver, it is silver plated. It's very, very, very old. This had a price tag of $100 on it, but Miss Tammy sold it to me for $60, which I thought was a really great price. She also had another one in there, which was a white hobnob one. Very cool, but not as tall as this. It was a very short one with the little flutes that went around it. And I don't know, this is just one of those things that I had to have. Oh, I will use this. This will have flowers and greens put in it. This will be a centerpiece at some point of my life in my home, for sure. Probably more than once. Oh, that's right. They were a set. I can't wait to find the perfect candles to put inside. Apparently I bought 2 sets of the tiebacks. Okay, so I have 4 all together, and I will use these on a project someday, some way, somehow. This is Scott's old thermometer. Pretty sure when he saw this, his grandfather had the same one at the cabin, and that's why this one came home with us. How cool is that? I love it when you can connect to an item in such a way, because I know I do all the time. So seeing somebody else connect the same way that I do with an item that they have to have is really awesome. And I'm excited he got this. I'm not sure on the price for this. I'm really not. I don't know what he paid for it. Okay, so this is a 3-parter. We have a very tall, very skinny chimney. Oh, look. Another chimney glass. I am sure you saw this light in the video. Yeah, this is for my laundry room makeover. I am obsessed with this light beyond anything. I believe it was like $40, which I don't think is bad at all. And I love that it's a plug and it's not a hard wire. So this bad Larry is going in the makeover, and I'm stoked for this. I'm gonna put this up before the makeover is ready to be had, because I don't want to leave it around the house so that Murphy's Law can take effect and it'll break, because I will die. I love this lamp, and it's gonna look so good in there. This little silver serving ladle spoon, which it's just so tiny and so cute and pretty, and I absolutely had to have it. And you probably saw this in the video as well. This was $12. All right, this is another one I am sure you saw hanging in a store. Let me put it together real quick. I love the brass vibe that it has. It is a working, it's a working oil lamp with a beautiful hurricane glass And this is going to look absolutely gorgeous hanging in my back window. This is another bag of hardware. I had one bin that just had all of these loose pieces in there. So I just took the time and went through and just pulled some pretty ones. Randomness, but randomness that could very well potentially be used. And each one of these, it was either a quarter or 50 cents a piece, which is why I just found what I could find and grabbed it. Okay, all right, we are almost done. This is one of my most favorite finds. I cannot believe I got this gorgeous item for the price I got it for. I paid $35 for this amazing antique gesso frame with this gorgeous vintage print in there of Christmas, which I fell absolutely in love with. This thing is huge and the frame is in really good condition, and I am so excited to have this print for such a cheap price. I thought it was a misprint and it totally wasn't. I love it. Love, 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 love. Scott also found, well, I found these amazing pair of Schlitz bar lights. These are from the 40s, 50s. He paid $150 for each one. They're very, very rare to find. They light up beautifully. They have glass on all three sides. Back side is just straight metal. And they really are so cool. I love these lights. I cannot wait to find the perfect spot to put them. Next up is this framed 5x7 picture, which is a 1920s framed print called Spring Song. And this is by Simon Glucklick. I hope I said that right. This picture just totally reminds me of Summit in every way, shape, or form, and I had to have it. The frame around it is very antique, and it's not so bad either. I wanted to try my hand at that trend going around where you take an oil painting or an acrylic painting, just a painting or a print in general, and you spookify it by turning it into a haunted painting with pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns and whatnot. And when I found this 1976 framed oil by Mark Wood called Children Playing, I knew it was perfect to try this on. The colors, everything about it screams Halloween to me, and I can totally see a jack-o'-lantern under that tree as well as one of the children in a costume. I have big plans for this picture, and I was so excited to find a real oil on canvas framed, good size for $15. What a bargain. I am on the floor to show you this gorgeous antique triple beveled mirror. It is gorgeous. The center actually attaches to the wall on the top and on the bottom, allowing the sides to be free so that you can bend them and swing them to whatever position you want. The beveled glass is absolutely gorgeous. I adore beveled glass. And I got this beautiful mirror for $80. I want this for my bedroom. I have an idea. I have a plan. And at some point I will execute it, so stick around. And there you have it. That wraps up my Maine work and play adventure, and I really hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride with me. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below which was your favorite part. Was it Arcadia or was it the antiquing? And if you want to see how all of this is going to be placed and used throughout my house, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you leave today. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for hanging out for this extra long video with me as I shared my thrifting trip with you. This was my summer vacation and it was truly amazing. I am truly blessed to live the life that I live. And I hope that you can absolutely get to those bucket list places in Arcadia that I shared with you, because I'm telling you, you won't be sorry. All right, me and Maggie are gonna go hang out, and I am gonna make some dinner tonight. I'm actually excited to cook. And I will see you guys next time. We'll be out in the studio next time, huh? There is some amazing things coming up in the studio, you guys. I cannot wait to get out there tomorrow and get cracking on some big old projects. Say bye, Max. Bye, Max. Bye, Maggie. Bye.